So we're talking a lot about Brad Holmes and the state of the Detroit Lions, not only the remaining part of the 2025 season, but also the future going forward, and why year 5 is a turning point for the Detroit Lions franchise under these two individuals. We talked about have them earning another extension. What will it take? They earned it by taking the team from the first pick, the second pick in the NFL draft, to the NFC Championship game in basically 2 seasons. And that's what earned them their second extension. But they have another extension to earn as well. And they could possibly do that. But the Lions might be in for a retool next year. And that retool could start. That will be year 6 of Brad and Dan. They will then have 1 year remaining on their contract. Here is what the Detroit Lions are looking like for the 2026 season. They will have $17 million as of right now in cap space. This is according to Spot Track. The dead cap will be a little over $4 million. By order of cap hit, here is your cap hits. Jared Goff, this is your team as of right now with these people not being cut. If the Detroit Lions were to take everybody that's under contract over to, I think DJ Reader is still on this list, but he's only on this list because he has void years, but he won't be on this team. We only signed him for 2 years. So you've got Jared Goff, you scroll down, and I want to show you what the D-line is looking like. So what we're going to do is this is the wide receivers we have under contract. Levette Tesla, Jamison Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. So we have 4 wide receivers, and we have 2 tight ends. Kobe Sorsdahl, Dan Jackson are the safeties. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph. Then our right tackle, we got Penei Sewell. Holy smokes. So we have 1 right tackle under contract for next year. That is crazy. I didn't even know that. You've got the running backs that are under contract. But again, these things could change. David Montgomery. I don't know why Jared go. Oh, okay. So we go down. But here's what I want you to see. So Alex Anzalone, he's only here because of the void years, but he's not going to be on the team. But when you see the yellow, that means voided years. And we'll see it again with DJ Reader and maybe somebody else. Linebackers, Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes, and Jack Campbell. Notice who's missing. Malcolm Rodriguez, because he has to be re-signed. Our guards are Mahogany, Frazier, Ratledge. Our edge rushers, Aiden Hutchinson is the only edge. And I told y'all that Mekhi Wingo is, when we drafted him, it said DL, which means I guess he can play inside and out. That's usually what DL mean. But then again, these two never play outside. So our defensive line, and again, DJ Reader is a void year, so he's not really here. He's here on paper, but he's not here in real life. So Mekhi Wingo, Lacey, Williams, Aleem, and Hutchinson. This is our D-line minus DJ Reader. Cornerbacks, Rakestraw, Dorsey, Arnold, DJ Reed, and Graham Glasgow. And actually you see what I'm talking about. So this is your team. This is your team next year. You look at dead money, you've got Frank Ragnow, Hooker, Martin, Ahmed, Jackson. Because remember, when you are waived, even though you're drafted in whatever round you're drafted in, once you're waived, that contract is out of there. So it's like you never were drafted. Okay, it happened with James Houston. It happened with Meeks. So this is all our dead money here. And there's your team. Now, going in to the offseason, that's what our team is looking like. And the Lions, they start with their players first. Who are they going to re-sign? Who would you like them from the list of players that we have now that can be re-signed? Who would you like them to re-sign? Would you like them to re-sign DJ Reader, maybe a 1-year deal? Would you like them to re-sign Josh Pascal, who is not on that list because he's on the last year of his deal? Mind you, we're 8 games into the season. He has not played 1 yet. There's 9 games to go. Levi Onwuzurike, do you want him to be on this team? Marcus Davenport, I'm not even trying to be funny. Do you want him to be on this team? Right? So I just showed you your 2026 Detroit Lions. Do you feel like that's a Super Bowl roster to you? That's the question you have to have. So you're looking at those 38 players that are under contract with 2 of them that are really not. They're really not. So that's what, 2/3 of the team. So you're talking about 36 players. The Lions have to fill through the draft, free agency, which include re-signings, over 15 spots. Right? So that's why I said this year is going to be something. 2023 was the year. That was the year. We should have traded for a pass rusher at the trade deadline. I don't care if it was Chase Young. Chase Young had 3.5 sacks. Maybe Chase Young actually sacks Brock Purdy instead of Romeo Okwara. Who knows? Then we go to Kansas City. Now we got to our first Super Bowl. Say what you want. He did more than Romeo did from the time he was traded, right? So that was the year. Last year was one of them fluky kind of crazy years, injuries, because guess what? In 2023, we were relatively healthy. 2024 was the complete opposite. Every so many years, that's going to happen. You remember when the last time that happened? Matthew Stafford, second to last year, 2019. He got hurt. We had over 20 people on IR. And that is what eventually led to us picking 3rd overall, in which we take Jeff Okudah, which wind up being Bob and Matt's last year. Twice a decade, man, you're going to have one of those abysmal where nothing's going right, everybody gets hurt. For ours was 2019 and 2024. So if you're like a statistic, maybe a little superstitious, or you believe in patterns, maybe that means that the next time we'll run into one of those seasons is in 2029. Who knows? But the Detroit Lions are up against it next year. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on this team. So from the list that I showed you, what do you think is, the weakest position would be right tackle. That would be the weakest position. But how do you feel about this team? Do you feel like the team that I just showed you that is under contract for next year, do you think that's a Super Bowl team? What do you think needs to be done? Let me know what you think down in the comments below.